Hi, I'm your Rocketeer Lady MK, and we're gonna talk about passion. Most people who know me might describe me as loud, eccentric, but most importantly, passionate. Underline it, bold it, italicize it. One of the things I'm incredibly passionate about is space, the final frontier. From a young age, my parents would take the kids out to stargaze and watch meteor showers. My grandmother and I would create cardboard rockets to hang up in her 5th grade science classrooms. So, okay, I know what you're thinking. Okay, Rocketeer Lady, you're passionate and obsessed with space. So what? My time in engineering school was fucking hard. It was truly one of the greatest challenges of my life. I had to pull multiple all-nighters in a row to study for multiple exams in 1 week for different engineering classes. I slept in my student conference lounge just so I could get more study time in. From bad scores to having a hard time understanding concepts to lack of sleep, there are many challenges that I had to overcome. So if it's so hard, why didn't I quit? If it was making me so stressed and miserable, why didn't I do something else? And the answer to that is my passion, which is space. I think that finding and maintaining one's passion is incredibly challenging. I am very privileged to have a family that has supported me and encouraged my curiosity throughout my life. They have been my #1 hype team. So there was a time in my career where I was working on rockets, climbing around in submarines, doing really cool stuff. However, I realized at some point that I was miserable. I didn't understand why I was so miserable whenever I was literally doing what aerospace engineering is. I was working on rockets. I was even doing some really cool stuff that not a lot of people get to do by climbing around in a submarine, doing some cool stuff. And I was very lost in why my job satisfaction was very low and why I was so miserable doing something that should be part of my passion. I decided I needed to talk to my #1 hype team member, my mom. And in this conversation with my mom, we discussed, why did you choose to go into aerospace? Why did you choose to go to Lockheed Martin? And where that conversation led was understanding that I wasn't doing what I was passionate about, which was space. Yes, I was working in rockets. Yes, I was working in a big aerospace industry corporation. I wasn't, however, working on rockets that went to space. I wasn't contributing to the final frontier. I wasn't continuing the effort of bringing humanity into space. And that to me is something that is incredibly important. So I quit and I ended up getting a job and we're going to space. We're doing cool shit with NASA. I am working on things that are doing real things in space and pursuing that knowledge, that technology, because of the realization that I wasn't doing what I was passionate about. It's been a long time since I've been very happy and satisfied in my job. And I'm currently in a job and role where I feel very, very challenged every day, but also I feel like I'm right where I need to be and my passion continues to drive me forward. I'd really like to hear about what you guys are passionate about in the comments below. I'd love to hear what drives you, what keeps the fire lit. Please like and subscribe to this video if you enjoyed it. And also please join our hype team over at Patreon. See you next time. The answer to that is my passion, space.
Nice.
There was a time in my career where I was walking on rockets. Space. The final frontier! Big enough, baby?
Yep.